Well, the Chinese currency, the yuan, is weakening because China's economic recovery from COVID is weakening too. Cities across the country were locked down for months on end. The zero COVID policy lasted 3 years, and it was one of the strictest in the world. It kept people inside their homes, and businesses suffered rather badly as a result. Now, restrictions were lifted in December last year, and at first, spending by Chinese consumers surged and the economy revived. But that recovery is now spluttering. The economy is still growing, but it's not as fast as expected. Unlike in America, inflation is not a problem, so China has cut interest rates to stimulate growth, and the yuan has fallen even further as a result. So what does this mean for South Africa? Well, it's all relative. The rand's problems are worse than the yuan's. The rand has fallen further and faster than the yuan this year. Now, China is South Africa's largest trading partner. So if the fall continues, Chinese goods will be relatively more expensive in South Africa, but South African goods will be cheaper in China. Now, China and the other BRICS countries have ambitions to de-dollarize the world economy. They want to break America's dominance of payment systems and get round sanctions and restrictions. They're even planning a possible BRICS currency for members of the bloc to use to trade with each other. But that's still a long way off. China has ambitions for the yuan to be an alternative to the dollar, and it's having some success. More and more countries are doing business in the yuan. Russia, for example, has accepted yuan as payment for its oil. And the International Monetary Fund chose the yuan as a reserve currency in 2016, alongside the euro, the dollar, the yen and the pound. But to be useful and trusted internationally, a currency has to be relatively stable and easy to trade. Already, China's exchange controls make that difficult, and this sudden drop in the value of yuan will make things worse. But there's a hint that the People's Bank of China might intervene and strengthen yuan. Last weekend, there was an announcement of a new head of the Communist Party within the People's Bank of China. He's called Pan Gongsheng, and he used to be regulator of foreign exchange trading in China. But most importantly is some of the comments that he's made in the past. He says he believes in the idea of a strong yuan for China. Andrew Wood, SABC News, Hong Kong.